It's time now for Call of the Wild, the official weekly coaches show of the Wenatchee Wild. Stay up to date with your team all season long with Call of the Wild. With head coach and GM Bliss Littler, here's the voice of your Wenatchee Wild, Arch Ecker.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Call of the Wild, your weekly Wenatchee Wild coaches show. It's weekly except for when the Christmas holiday comes around and you get on the bus and you get on the road and, well, you miss a couple episodes. But you know what? It's 2018 and we're hitting the ground running and ready to go the second half of the season. This last week on the road, hit some bumps along the way, and we'll talk about that and also about this weekend coming up. Really big weekend coming off to kick off a long homestand. We'll start off back on the road. We had a Wednesday night in Trail. Came out looking pretty good early on and just couldn't get it done in the end.
Well, that's hockey. You remember that night that we beat Vernon, I think, 2-1, the night that Sammy Morton got his teeth knocked out? That night where I said, when the boys got to the locker room, I said, boys, put on the ski mask, let's slither out of here as quick as we can because the RCMP is coming. That we absolutely stole these points. Well, we felt that in every area except on the scoreboard, we thought we played awful well. We thought we outchanced them big time. Their goaltender played well, and if anything, we didn't do a great job getting in the net. But we felt really good about how we played. Just unfortunate that we could only get the one goal.
We continued on the trip, went on to Salmon Arm on Friday night, and in our pregame coaches chat the next day, you talked about it being an aberration.
Yeah, that again, we felt that we'd played well. Friday night, all I can say about that is sometimes you just got to take an effort and just flush it right down the toilet because there wasn't much from coaching, everything. Power play, penalty kill, 5-on-5, back check, forecheck, pay check, everything they did better than we did. Didn't matter that going in we had the second best record in the league and they had the second worst record in the league or third worst. Didn't matter that we had 11 or 12 kids commit to Division I colleges. They had one. Didn't matter. That's the BCHL interior division, and you brought it up. And we know that when we play that team, if we take care of the puck, we make them create their own offense. They have a tough time. Well, we were an absolute turnover machine, and lack of respect for the team we're playing, and we got exactly what we deserved. We got a 3-0 butt kicking in Salmon Arm, and that still doesn't sit very well with me. But again, hopefully we learn from that. And yeah, there wasn't anything we did better than they did. That they deserved to beat us, and like I say, it was a 3-0 butt kicking.
The following night, it looked like you had taken some lessons from that and came out and swarmed a very good Penticton V's team, out shooting him 14-2 at the point where you found yourself down 1-0 on a fluke bounce. And again, sometimes that's just hockey.
Well, that was a tough one to take. That we came out, we threw everything we could at them, and you know, they weathered the storm. They get a fluky one to go up 1-0, and I think it was 16-4 or 16-6 for the shots, and the chances. I think the chances were 7-1 or 7-2 after the first, and but unfortunately it was 1-0, and we get into the second period, and I don't know if fatigue played a little bit of a factor or not. They're playing a short roster too, but you know, they scored on a couple of rushes, back to back, and then all of a sudden we're playing catch-up hockey, and we didn't have the legs, being we're down a couple of kids. We didn't have the legs to keep that type of forecheck that we had going in the first period. We just weren't able to sustain that. But I thought we played fairly well, and you know, we ended up being on the wrong side. You know, we got an empty netter at the end, but on the wrong side of a 5-2 score. But we got done. We got on the bus and had to take a deep breath that you know, it hadn't happened. You know, where you drop 3. That hasn't happened around here very often in the 3 years we've been in the BCHL. And you have to be careful that you don't overreact. You look at, you go back, you watch the tape, and we did that, and we had the chance at 12-10, which was a season low for one of our games, only having 22 chances combined, but it was very similar to a week ago Friday when Penticton came in here and we won 6-3. We got done, and the coaching staff, we said to each other, I don't think we think this is much closer than the score, and all of a sudden we do the chances, and I think it was like 17-16. So we just happened to score on our quality chances, and they did the same thing. And obviously it's a very good hockey club up there, and so we ended up on the wrong side of a 5-2 game, and came back. We took Sunday off and need to flush that and try to get a couple of guys back that are healthy. We won't get everybody back, but do the best we can to get healthy. And then now we're back home, I think, for 8 of our next 9. And as today I was getting ready to write our season ticket holder letter for next year, and I was just doing a little bit of math. Do you know what our record is the last year and a half here at home?
It's pretty good, but I would guess it's about 40 wins, maybe 4 losses, and 2 or 3 overtime losses. Somewhere
42, 3 and 2.
It's outstanding.
So right now we got to come back here and where we got a little home cooking, and we have a very, very difficult West Kelowna team coming in here this week, and the following week with Victoria, Nanaimo. The next week we got an angry Merritt team coming in for a couple. The week after that we got Coquitlam, who's much improved, and then we get to play the Langley Rivermen, our rival from the 2 years in the mainland division. So those are 8 of our next 9. We do have a away game up in Merritt a week from, or I guess it's next Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So we need to make a little hay while we're at home here. And last time I checked, though, I think we're still second overall in the league. And if you look at the percentages, I think we're in the top 4 with the youngest team in the league. I think this group has made big strides, and we're not going to concede anything to anyone right now.
It's funny that you bring that phrase up, because I was just going to mention you're a Midwest guy, and the phrase, we got to make hay when the sun shines. And it's actually 9 of the next 10, because we got that Powell River makeup game in there as well. Ooh. On the 31st of January. So 9 of the next 10 games, friendly confines of Town Toyota Center.
Our good friend Scotty Langer used to tell me that you're a half-full kind of guy. So
that's right.
You know what? I like it. That's even better. But no, we need to be ready for this weekend, and again, we have a West Kelowna team that's trying to make their way up the standings. We've had good battles with them all year, and again, a team that's extremely well coached. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us.
You got your work cut out for you, because you're a guy that has to wear 2 hats. You're not only the head hockey coach of this operation, you're also the general manager, which means not only do you have to worry about X's and O's, player movement, players coming and going, all of that, you also have to pay attention to promotions and things that we've got going on. Now this weekend, Superhero Night, we've come up with these superhero jerseys that you're a big fan of, and the guys seem to like.
Most coaches, the logo means something. That you want that crest on there every single night. You want your uniform. That as a coach, I do understand that these specialty jerseys, they raise money they're all good causes. We need to do that. But as a coach, you really want it to be as close to your uniform as possible. And I guess they're not replicas, but these specialty jerseys, it's our crest, the tackle tool numbers, the nameplate, the fight strap. I mean, they're good. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to bid on them or not. But,
you might be.
Yeah, they're
you got to know somebody.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice jerseys, and come on out and bid on them.
Sounds good. Well, we're looking forward to an exciting weekend here coming up, and we'll look forward to talking to you. Make sure you come out and support the team this weekend when they take on West Kelowna Friday and Saturday night. This has been Call of the Wild. He's Bliss Littler. I'm Arch Ecker. Have a great night.
You've been listening to Call of the Wild, the official weekly coaches show of the Wenatchee Wild, a presentation of the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.